I just wanted to say thank you so much for honoring me and the other athletes tonight. I have to admit, when I got the phone call, I think like a few of us, I was a little bit shocked. I just never thought that. I felt like my career at Miami was great for a golfer, but I never thought that it would be Hall of Fame material. So thank you so much to the Hall of Fame officers and the committee members, as well as Tracy and John and Jody and everyone for giving me that special call. I also want to thank those that led me to my career here at the University of Miami. I wouldn't have had the career at Miami that I did without my mom and dad, and for all of the sacrifices that you made. I know that playing golf is a very expensive sport, and now having kids and having a full-time job, I realize that I really don't know how you did it, how you took me to practices and took me around the country and around the state, so thank you. I also want to thank Charlie Sr. and Charlie Boy. I don't think that they're here anymore. I think they might have had to leave, but I know that we have the fastest male and females in the building today, and Charlie Sr. and Charlie Jr. are probably the biggest promoters and growing the game of golf. So thank you for everything that you guys have done for me. I also want to thank Leela Cannon, who was my coach while at the University of Miami. I have to admit, I didn't really want to go to University of Miami when I was being recruited in junior golf, and Leela had true faith in me, and I went on my recruiting visit, and it happened to be it was in 2000, and it was against Florida State, and it came down to like the last minute of the game, and I just remember us winning the Canes and that atmosphere, and just seeing how the other athletes in the student section were so proud of their school, and I wanted to be a part of that. And it was by far the best decision that I ever made. Before I go on to try and tell a little story, I want to thank my family that's here with me right now, my brother Phil and his wife Heather, and my husband and his family, my husband Reese, and his family, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, Denise and Bryn, my sister-in-law and my other brother-in-law, Danielle and DC, and Nana Lynn for being here, as well as my three amazing boys, Aston, John, and Bryden. Love you guys. And I'm just so lucky to have found someone like Reese post-college who's as competitive as me. It figures that a golfer would marry a kicker because we both have the same mental toughness and strength, and we're very, very competitive. So that obviously was the perfect combination for us to get married, and no one understands an athlete better than an athlete. So I'm so happy that our family can share this special evening, and that I'm able to share some of the best 4 years of my life with them tonight. Thank you. So I'm in the business of storytelling at Golf Channel, and I don't even think I can articulate into words this evening my 4 years at the University of Miami. I've had so many fond memories that it's hard to just point out one. From freshman study hall to 6 a.m. sprints on the treadmills, followed by Coach Ish always telling me to have a muscle milk because I needed to put on that muscle. Because I was just a skinny golfer, and I didn't really lift weights until I got to University of Miami. So the first time I actually ever felt like an athlete was in the weight room when Ken Dorsey he asked me, hey, when's your next track meet? And I was like, well, I'm not a track athlete, but I'm kind of happy that I look like one, so. But I play golf. But if you saw me run, you would know that I was not a track athlete, and far from that. But yeah, from running from practices at Riviera Country Club to a night class at the furthest end of campus, it was some of the most amazing memories in my life were at the University of Miami, including being tapped into Iron Arrow, which was a memory I will never forget. The one thing about being an athlete at the U is that you're in this little bubble and you don't have to really worry about anything other than just being the best athlete that you can be. You can focus on your dreams of becoming a professional athlete because everybody that you were surrounded from in the weight room, in the training room, and in the University of Miami's athletic building just knew that we were all driven to be professional and professional athletes at that. Out of my 7 victories at UM, I think my fondest memory was my win at the Big East Championships, where I was 5 down going into the last 9 holes. It was 22 degrees up in South Bend, Indiana. Notre Dame was hosting, which I don't know why they would have a golf tournament in that sort of weather. Clearly somebody from the Southeast was not organizing that, but it was the Big East Championships, and I had actually played in 3 conferences during my 4 years at Miami, so that was quite interesting. But I was 5 shots down, and I was so fired up that I couldn't really even feel the cold. And it was at that moment in time that I realized how mentally tough I was, and to come back and be co-medalist at the Big East was definitely the fondest memory I had. And it's led me to where I am today. And I felt like going into those last few holes, I was inspired by our football team. The fourth quarter, don't give up. Doesn't matter where you're at, just keep going. So nowadays, I try and reflect that Tina from in college, and being with the other amazing athletes pushed me to my success. It's made me who I am today. From Leela on the course to, like I said, everybody in the building and the other amazing athletes that I was surrounded by, as well as my own teammates who were awesome. It's an individual sport, but it was really neat being able to be part of a team. So with that, I will end on a quote, and I apologize because there is not the nicest word in this, but I'll try and keep it as PC as possible. So this quote is from one of my favorite golfers, Happy Gilmore. Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit? I'm in the Hall of Fame.